For millions of Americans, it's part of the morning ritual, a glass of orange juice. But that sweet start to the day is now threatened by a disease that's laying waste to Florida's multi-billion-dollar citrus crop. Manuel Bojorquez has the story.
Sweet, juicy Florida oranges have been a staple of Bob Roth's fruit stand since he opened in 1964.
Over 40 years, we've kind of prided ourselves with having Florida oranges.
Now a disease called citrus greening is killing groves across the state, making it harder for Roth to stock Florida's best-known fruit.
My concern is that we won't have Florida oranges in a few years. Even this year, we brought in honeybells, and half the fruit came in with a real green and premature. They weren't ripe, had a terrible flavor.
Greening is a bacterial disease spread by the Asian citrus psyllid. There is no cure and no way of knowing a tree is infected until it's too late.
The tree can have be infected with this disease and not show symptoms for 3 years.
Vic Story has been growing oranges for 50 years. He's never seen a threat like this.
We're spending 3 times what we did before greening on an acre basis. And we're not, if we don't produce more, we can't stay in business.
It's a concern shared by the entire industry. Since being discovered in 2005, the disease has spread to all 32 of the state's citrus-growing counties. It's also been found in Georgia, South Carolina, Louisiana, Texas, and California.
This is an international citrus crisis.
Florida's citrus industry has already lost $4.5 billion and 8,500 jobs with no end in sight.
I would say take a look at your 8-ounce glass of orange juice in the morning and just imagine that not being there, because that's how serious it is.
80% of America's orange juice comes from Florida processing plants like this one. It can process 600,000 gallons of OJ a day when there are enough oranges.
The industry has less production today than it did 6-7 years ago. At one point, we were over 240 million boxes. Today, we're in the 140 to 150 million box. Just drive through the state of Florida and watch the degradation of trees, and you can see the challenge that's ahead of us.
Growers and the government have funneled more than $70 million into finding a cure, but that could take years, time many farmers simply don't have. For CBS This Morning Saturday, Manuel Bojorquez, Lake Wales, Florida.